That is just, oh my God, what does it mean? That is beautiful.
Hi guys, my name is Anna and I am a trader in binary options, and I want to tell you one good news. I have 3 Telegram channels, absolutely free, where I post signals and we can actually trade together. I'm just welcoming all of you who are into it or interested to just follow my links and find my Telegram channels to trade together.
Hi guys, my name is Anna. I'm being in a blanket because being extremely cold, but I hope it's fine. We're getting just a little bit homey and we're gonna be trading Quotex platform, different strategies, week by week, day by day, testing it and testing ourselves. Let's go. Okay guys, we're just gonna be starting. I'm gonna be covered and still covered in the blanket because I'm just freezing and that's awful. Even in the blanket, I'm getting so cold, and I'm just trying not to get sick because that would be a disaster because my vacation is quite soon, and if I'm gonna be sick, no, that's gonna be inappropriate. So ATX second one, and the first was ATR, ADX. I think I'm going to be confusing these indicators today. And the third one is going to be fractal, and the fractal is the fractal, you know, all of that. For the seconds, for the period of the candles, that's going to be 10 seconds, as you may see. And currency pairs with the biggest payouts, just as always, 87 classy Quotex, but here in the list we can see a little bit like a little bit different, and one is going to be even 75, but that's fine. Maybe we're not going to be using that because it's just going to be looking for the nastiest situation for us. So ATX, ATR and fractal, and we start. So look at that. I think the first impression that you just have from that chart, from that indicators, that's going to be a continuation of this downward trend, and that may be quite correct, but we need to be sure. Fractal is silent, it's completely gone, and this is it, only now, but we already made it. ATR quite flat. What about the ADX? You know that it went all the lines are getting together and are getting crossed. That's kind of a sign that that's going to be the opposite trend. We do have flat lines. That's a little bit unusual for the ATX, and it's located in the lowest part, and if I'm being honest, not even sure that we can perfectly read it as the line indicators, but I think if the crossing are going to be happening for us, that's going to be meaning that's actually going to be the upward trend. We already have seen these 2 lines that just got crossed. But we were right in time. We were, I think, in the middle of the trend, but we were kind of at the peak or in the middle, and that level was just enough to get that result. Look at that. I'm just gonna be raising a little bit and entering. I think we're gonna be rising, and at the moment when I just opened that, I was like, maybe that's the middle and that's too big, but right after we went a little bit lower, we caught that moment and we got into the trading at that kind of bottom level, and I think this trend gonna be continuing, and we are safe just because even if it's gonna be the opposite downward trend, we're quite low. Let's see. Look at that. It started to play, or not? It is. I think it is. It is about to get... No, look at that. It's just... Oh my God. But we are... Just as I told you, that was perfect. That was perfect entry point, and look at that, how it is actually growing and growing. And the thing is, ATX perfectly given us that. We're going to be growing because no lines being trying to cross. Look at that. I think that's the situation that we also can read easily with strategy or without that. That's the peak, and we had just the beginning of this downward trend, and that was kind of a peak. Okay, and we had an have this crossing before, but ADX line's kind of straight and kind of located. It's located up like in the middle. It's straight. I don't know. I think it's gonna be the downward trend, and that's it. And only now this white number is these lines just crossed, and for us right now, what does it mean? What actually of the trend that it's going to be changing after that? We got lucky because this and this is, yeah, that's the reason, because all this chart been actually getting downward. And look at that, how actually ADX sometimes is complicated, because you need to catch the trend and you're just like, what does it mean? That meant actually downward. I don't know, maybe that's the period, definitely the period, or just the situation, but in many situations that I actually just switch in, I see that ADX line being completely straight, so I just decided that's going to be the theme, that's going to be the main topic of this video, and handling that ADX being just like that. And the video ADX sometimes with the timing, so when the crossing just actually appeared, is it a little bit in advance of the trend? Or is it a little bit like a fractal, being a little bit later than the trend? That's the question. And you need to be quite attentive. You need to be quite attentive because we detected the crossing. And I think that crossing for us actually meant getting downward, because this is what we see actually now. But in the moment and at the moment when you just realizing what does it mean, and if you were just detecting that crossing and you have no idea what's gonna be after, please just wait a little bit, maybe a few seconds. I know that may be crucial, but the whole wrong direction is way, way worse. Look at what we just happened. I think that's all the same. Yeah, ADX is crazy. This crazy one. Straight lines. What about the crossing? What about, I'm just ignoring the ATR because it's kind of bald. I want to set like a teethless and bald and just cut it in one word. So I think it's going to be all fine. We just play in a little bit, finishing the upward trend, and we got to get downward after. I think, yeah, now ATR is like, oh yes, now the fractal is just like, girl, see what we're having. But actually, I must say, I was making that decision a little bit blindfolded. Delulu. Is it like the new trend, in this word? But it's beautiful. I don't know, maybe the strategy is not the best one, but all the situations and tradings with it was kind of nice and kind of easy. So this is it. I like that. Honestly, I feel satisfied. I feel fine. Maybe I'm just started to produce, this work inside of me, but I like that. Not a perfect strategy, not a perfect at all, but with the ADX, it's kind of nice indicator. I do recommend that. Fractal, kind of nice one. ATR, as additional one, yeah, it could be. So.